The Jungle Baby. There was once a little girl called Baby. She had bright blue eyes and golden curls, and she had Aya for her nurse. She had been with Baby ever since she was quite a tiny baby in long robes, and she was fond of her. Her name was Jijiwala, but they just called her Aya. Baby lived in a beautiful white house on the Shimla hills with a big veranda running all around it. Round about the veranda there was a garden, and outside the garden the jungle stretched for miles and miles, and in the jungle were all sorts of beasts and birds. Little Baby used to play on the veranda with her pets, Meox the cat and Woof Woof the dog, and they both loved her very dearly. Meox never scratched her when she accidentally pulled her tail, although she felt very much like doing so. And Woof Woof used to stand on her hind legs and perform all sorts of funny tricks to make Baby laugh. Every morning after breakfast, Baby threw breadcrumbs out to little birds on the lawn, and they used to sit in the trees and watch for her and sing about her till she came out of the house. Good little baby who gives us our food, one would sing, and we all love little baby. Several of the other pets would reply from another part of the garden. Meox used to watch them out of the corner of her eyes, but she never attempted to catch them because she knew that baby loved them. And Woof Woof used to sit with his head on one side and wonder however they managed with only two legs and not four like his. But one day when baby was feeding the birdies, the big snake Hoodoo, who lived in the garden, came creeping under the veranda and tried to catch some of the birds while they were eating. But baby saw him and called out, "Go away, bad Hoodoo, go away." And his ayah heard her, and her ayah heard her, and came running out to see what was the matter. When she saw Hoodoo the big snake, she caught baby in her arms and ran with her into the house, and two of the men came out with big sticks and beat Hoodoo over the head and body till he could hardly crawl away again into his hole under a big tree in the garden. Now Hoodoo was a very wicked snake and was very angry about all this, and he thought about it and wondered how he could be revenged on little baby, for she put all that had occurred down on to him. And so one day, after he had got better, he went out into the jungle to see an old friend of his, Tig, the tiger, and talk the matter with him. Hoodoo thought that the tiger, was as greedy and cruel as he saw himself, and so he asked him how he would like a little fat baby for his dinner, and Tig licked his lips and said, we shall see." Then Hoodoo went further into the jungle and met Prowl the wolf. "How would you like a little fat baby to eat?" asked Hoodoo, and Prowl the wolf licked his lip and said, "Ha," and nothing else. A little further on, Hoodoo met Bluff, the big brown bear, and he asked him what he would do if he met a little fat baby in the jungle. And Bluff stood up on his hind legs, hugged himself, and said, "Oh, very nice indeed." And then Punda, the big wild elephant, came rushing through the jungle, and Hoodoo had to scurry out of his way so that he didn't get trampled upon. "How would you like a little fat baby?" he screamed out, but Punda made a loud noise with his trunk and went on, for he didn't converse with snakes. Nevertheless, Hoodoo was satisfied, for he said if Punda would trample on me in passing, so he would on a little baby if he were here. And his wicked black beady eyes were bright, and he laughed maliciously. After this, Hoodoo went home to his hole under the tree in baby's father's garden, and watched and waited till baby should be quiet by herself. And one day, when Woof Woof had gone off after a wild rabbit and Meox was fast asleep in the sun, the ayah went into the house to fetch baby's Noah's Ark. She was left alone on the veranda. Then Hoodoo came sliding out of his hole very quickly and stood before the veranda, waving his head backwards and forwards and shooting out his little tongue, while the sun showed all the colors of the rainbow on his smooth, shiny skin. "Oh, pretty Hoodoo," said Baby, "but you are naughty. Go away." "No," said Hoodoo sweetly, "I am not naughty, dear Baby, and I know where some such beautiful flowers grow. Come with me and I'll show you." "No," said Baby, shaking his head, but Hoodoo continued to look at him steadily, and presently Baby slid down from the veranda and came towards him. Then Hoodoo laughed and drew back quickly into the thick part of the garden, with Baby running after him. When the ayah returned to the veranda with Baby's Noah's Ark, and she saw her little empty chair and Meox asleep in the sun, she grew alarmed and ran about calling Baby's name and wringing her hands. And Baby's mother came out, and his father, and they and some other men hunted about in the garden for a very long while, but could not find any trace of Baby. And Meox woke up and wondered what all the commotion was about, and Woof Woof came back without the rabbit and wondered too. Woof Woof went over to where Meox was sitting and talked the matter over with her. While they were talking, some little birds overhead called out to them to attract their attention. "Baby," they said, "Baby has followed Hoodoo, the snake, into the jungle, and he will be lost and eaten by the wild beasts unless he is brought back. Quick, quick, go after him, haste." And so Woof Woof ran to Baby's father and mother and tried to tell them. He ran backwards and forwards towards the jungle and barked and tried to make them follow, but they wouldn't understand, and so at last he had to set out himself to try and find him. Now, after Baby had followed Hoodoo a little way through the garden, the snake turned to a little path which led to a hole broken in the wall. "You must crawl through here," said Hoodoo. "The pretty flowers are on the other side." So Baby crawled through and found himself in the jungle. Further on," cried Hoodoo. Every time Baby stopped to gather any, "There are pretty ones further on." And so Baby went on till she came to where Tig the tiger lay asleep in the long grass. "Now is your time," whispered Hoodoo in his ear. "Here is the little baby for your dinner." And Tig sprang up with a roar. But Baby wasn't a bit frightened, and she only laughed and said, "What a big, big Meox!" And she put her arms around Tig's neck and nestled her head in his soft fur, till Tig forgot all about his dinner and purred with delight, just like Meox did when she was pleased. Hoodoo was very angry at this, and finding that Tig was making friends with Baby instead of eating him up, he called Baby to him and said, "Come, let's go, or we shall be late home." And Baby kissed Tig the tiger and followed Hoodoo further into the jungle till they met Prowl the wolf. "Here is the little baby," whispered Hoodoo. And Prowl said, "Ha," and was going to spring upon him and eat him up. But Baby only laughed and said, "What a big woof woof," and patted him on the head and looked into his eyes, so that Prowl forgot all about eating him and licked his hands and frisked about him just as Woof Woof would have done. "This is silly," said Hoodoo angrily. "Come away, it is near to sunset and we must be getting home." And he led the way to where Bluff, the big brown bear, lived. "I have brought a little baby for you, Hoodoo," Hoodoo said. And Bluff said, "Oh, very nice indeed," and caught Baby up in his arms and hugged her. "Just like my ayah does," laughed Baby, and he patted Bluff's cheeks and kissed him, so that Bluff didn't want to eat him at all, but only to hug and keep her warm. Just then there was a loud trumpeting heard, and Bluff put Baby down to the ground, and Hoodoo slid off into the grass, hissing, "Now Punda is coming and you will be tampered to death. Goodbye, little baby. I hate you." But when Punda came and saw the little baby, he remembered that he had not always been a wild elephant, but once himself belonged to a man, so he picked up little baby up in his trunk and placed her gently on his back. And that's the position in which baby's father found her when at last he had understood Woof Woof's barking and had followed him into the jungle, accompanied by some men armed with guns and sticks. Woof Woof traced the little boy by his scent till they came upon him riding on the punda's back. And now the funny thing happened, for amongst the men was one who had once been Punda's keeper, and Punda remembered him and allowed himself to be led by him to Baby's home. So they returned in triumph with Baby and her father on Punda's back, and good Woof Woof barking and frisking by his side. The wicked hoodoo was just punished, for just as he was going into his hole under the tree, he met an old enemy of his, Tiv, the mongoose, and the two fought for a long while, till the last hoodoo was exhausted and stretched himself out and died, while little Tiv sat up and rubbed his paws together to clean them, and then skipped off to his new little home under Baby's veranda, where he still lives to keep away any other wicked snakes from harming her. The Jungle Baby.